Hey, good day ladies and gentlemen, Mark here from Picsonix Studios, and I do apologize for not posting any updates on Planet Iridium now for the past maybe 2 or 3 days, but the past few days has been a bit busy. Work on Planet Iridium didn't go to a standstill though. Past few days I've spent time designing new items going into the game. Regards to storage units and parts, resources, raw ores, etc. So yeah, and also just want to say a big thanks to everybody that supported the campaign so far. Just a quick update on the campaign. We've officially reached 5% of our goal, which is great. It's not too bad. And I did manage to get enough funding so far to launch to Steam, so that is quite nice news to announce. Obviously, the only issue that I still need to resolve is finding funding for a new workstation to help me package out the game. Because as I've mentioned in previous videos, because I'm living in Cape Town, South Africa, we have something called load shedding, and unfortunately that's making things a bit difficult with packaging out a game, etc. Because it does require quite a bit of time for the game to get packaged, especially with Planet Iridium being quite of a significant size. So to make the process possible in the first place and quicker, that's still a problem I need to resolve. So if anyone out there can sponsor me a computer, I'll send you my address. Nah, just joking. But yeah, regarding Iridium, as I said, past few days we have been focusing a lot on importing new items into the game and expanding on the current state of the game. I also did manage to work a lot on animation refining. For those who watched the previous videos would probably remember some of the hectic glitches we had in the animations, so I smoothed that out. Also, we used the past few days to kind of plan out what exactly we want in Iridium on the initial launch of Alpha. And because obviously you want to get as much in the game as possible, etc., we unfortunately did have to cut a few systems for Alpha launch, just so that we have more time back testing everything and beta testing the game, etc., before we actually launch to Steam. So far I can announce that planned launch is in August. Yeah, up to this moment we are planning on launching Iridium in alpha state to Steam in August. So that's quite exciting news. And then another thing I also would like to bring up is when we do launch the alpha state of the game, it will only sell for 3,000 copies, and then sales will be stopped again, for us then to use that player base to improve and expand in the game before in December this year launching version 07 in early access. Reason why we're only taking it up to 07 is not making a full release to the game is because we would like to get the community involved with the final updates of the game. Maybe add a few more systems or what do you call it? My brain's dead. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I can't think anymore. But yeah, just to add more things to the game which some people might want, or if there's something to the game which people don't like, we can remove. So yeah, up to this point, this is basically the plan for Iridium, and yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. So let me give you a quick tour of what we have going on so far. So just to give a quick tour of what we added to the game so far, this is basically the containers and objects that we've added to the game up to this point. So in the game I have a power system in the base which you'll obviously have to maintain and expand, etc. And depending on the amount of machinery that you run, obviously it'll have more power draw, which if the power draw gets to a max level and kicks out, we've added backup lights like these which you can then manually place throughout the base. I did mention these containers in previous videos, where you'll be able to color code them and customize the text that gets placed on them. I think that's the original one that we had in the game that I showcased a while ago. These are just different sizes of them. And then we have master switch for the power, some other meshes that we use as duplicates for all of the ingots and slab resources. Hydrogen gas bottles, bags for the ores, boxes for parts, another storage container which you would be able to build at like a crafting station and place throughout, where the others will have to be built physically from a constructor and placed in the building system. And then yeah, I think I did mention, well, there's two in the back there, background already. But these are basically the two, the gas canister and the oil drum. These will be used for collecting gas and oil, and also for the selling and distributing of it. We are planned with the hydrogen gas bottles and these oil drums and stuff that the character will physically be able to pick it up and move it around the base, where the other containers you'll have to move around when it's empty in the build menu. Then we just have another shared mesh, and what I mean with that is there's a couple different objects in the game that use the same mesh, and then a water drum and a mass water storage. The water drum obviously also being movable, and all of these stuff will get integrated into the game, where you'll have to use gas or oil or water in the machinery to run it, and also to make certain items in the game. I did mention last time also with the mass gas storage that we have and the oil storage, we are gonna maybe change the meshes that we're using currently for this, because we have been having some compiling issues and optimization issues with the meshes, especially with the gas unit here, or the gas storage. It's unfortunately a little highly intense on the graphics, so we might change out the meshes for different meshes. And then further on, here's more of the items. Maybe if I just go into play mode and showcase it, be able to see it a little bit better. I don't remember if I showcased how items will spawn on the environment when you either drop it or when the storage is full from the machinery and it keeps making. It'll basically spawn the item outside of the machine, or when you drop it, it'll spawn like this on the ground. So at the moment we just have a little hover effect where it rotates around. In the background there, the back row is all of the ores and raw resources that will be mined from the game. So just to give a quick run through, we have coal, copper, iron, iridium, the most important one obviously. It's that lead, limestone, steel, silver, and we have a plastic resin, Teflon resin, and obviously gold ore also. And then these rows over in the front is basically the refined version of it. So the coal ore that you extract will be able to be compressed into a cold slab, and then same with the plastic, Teflon, and also the limestone will be either melted or pressed down into a slab, which makes it easier for storage and consumption or use. Sorry. And then over on the sides, just the different ores, ingots that will be able to craft from these raw ores. So copper ingot, silver, steel. Steel is a combination of limestone and iron. In some cases, you'll need say now like water or oil for some of these in the machinery to make. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So when it comes to item storage, what we do have planned was all of the parts and other goodies that you'll be able to construct in the game will be packaged into boxes like these. And then obviously the boxes, when it gets placed in the inventory, will contain a number of how many items are in the box, etc. And they'll obviously be able to be placed in the world manually as well. So even though you have them spawning out of your inventory like this, we'll still have the provide the ability to place them and stack them in the environment also. So say now you want to take the ingots, stack them on a pallet nice and neat, or for decoration around the base, stacking them on a table or what have you. The ability will be there through the building menu. So the building menu will be set up so that it has a miscellaneous section, so whatever you have in your inventory will be able to place in the environment, and then picked up as per usual as well. At the moment, none of these physically work with the UI. If I pick it up, it showcases a 12 mil slug, but that's just because, and if I drop it, it drops as a slug, but this is because the actor objects that we have at the moment is based off of the slugs. So I still need to edit the scripts for each individual one so that it references the right object actor. So yeah, I think this is pretty much... Oh wait, I did forget one more thingy, and it's pretty exciting. A lot of work still need to go into it, but I've tried to figure out ways how to expand on the base. Now I did showcase the base level that you'll be starting off in earlier videos, but I wasn't too happy with how the layout is and the design, etc. So I am planned on changing it over to something a bit more simplistic, like this level you see here, with just square floors, walls, nothing fancy. Because for those who did watch the previous videos, oh well, I can actually go to that level still. If I can find it. If I got game levels, underground base, starter map, just save. So from the video trailers, and also those who've watched the videos before will remember this design of the base. Now it has changed quite a bit since the last time I showed off the level, because I was kind of playing around with layouts of the base and kind of where the storyline's going to go with it. But this is the basic design that I have for the base, and in the end of the day I'm not too fond of it. And it also causes a lot more problems when it comes to base expansion, which is something I want in the alpha gameplay. But if you guys like how this looks more over a simpler square base, let me know in the comments. I mean, maybe we keep this. One of the main things that I do not like about this level is the fact of the wall clipping. And what I mean with that is, if I say now stand this side of the wall, you don't see the wall. It's just because the walls are single faced. It's not a physical object with multiple back faces, etc. It's just the front face, and that's all to it. Mainly why we did that was for optimization, and also if you stand, say, now close to a wall, you can still see what's going on close to you through the wall. But yet again, it does present some odd behavior with how the walls render, etc., which I'm not too fond of. But yeah, like I said, leave a comment in the comments if you guys prefer this base style over something plain and ordinary. When I say plain and ordinary, it won't be too plain. I do have quite a number of designs when it comes to textures and everything, so it won't be too plain Jane in a sense. Oh, and then the other thing I wanted to showcase is due to the base expansion thing, I was trying to figure out how to implement the base expansion things into the game, and the best way I could come up with is with obviously modular base building style of doing it, and also procedurally. So say now you want to build a new room in your base, you'll have the ability to go to a HUD menu, drag out this room, and then place it in the environment. And then you'll have the ability to scale the walls up depending on how big you want the room to be. So say now I wanted 1 unit by 1 unit, that will be that, or say now 5 by 2, etc. And then obviously cap it by either 8 by 8 or 10 by 10, just for performance sake. Even though it is working pretty nicely at the moment, I do have quite a number of things I still need to work through. But yeah, plans for the rest of the week is probably just adding more items to the game and working out more things for the building system. I'm also currently working on an official trailer for the game, so stick around for that also. And yeah, I guess that's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. So for those who are new here, hit the subscribe button, bell notifications so you don't miss out on anything. Do leave a comment in the comment section below, letting us know that you're here and what you think of the game so far, etc. And if you have any questions, we don't mind. Leave it in the comments. We'll be glad to answer them. Also, do check in the comment section. We'll leave a link to our campaign page if you're interested in supporting us. And yeah, please feel free to share. Any assistance getting the news out there is greatly appreciated and helps big time. And then yeah, finally, another thanks to everybody that supported our campaign till this moment. You guys are greatly appreciated. And yeah, till next time, stay safe, enjoy, and see you in the next one. Bye.